Today, I'm back with another Mega Topic video for you all. Today, I'm going to be talking about how I would have created the Fantastic Beasts movies and how I would have fixed them to recapture the magic of the other Wizarding World movies, those Harry Potter films we all know and love. So I'm going to be going over those ideas, also giving a prediction towards the end of where I think the Wizarding World franchise goes next. So make sure you stay throughout the entire video to get to that prediction. But without further ado, let's get started. Now to get into our first major topic and what we're going to cast our Reparo spell on is going to be the story. Yes, we got to talk about the story here with the Fantastic Beasts movies. Now to me, there was a major issue in that first Fantastic Beasts movie and where to find them is that I noticed we had two stories there. Not one story like we should have to keep a singular focus. No, we got introduced to two stories. Now to first talk about the first story that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed Newt Scamander releasing his Fantastic Beasts into the world accidentally, and then he has to go on an adventure to recapture these Fantastic Beasts so they don't cause any more havoc. And then you got Kowalski that finds out about the Fantastic Beasts and about magic, so he has to bring Kowalski along, and it becomes like a buddy cop adventure movie, but in the world with these magical elements and these fantastic beasts. To me, that's a fun adventure story there. You recapture the magic of the Wizarding World, but now you have something different these movies get to offer, which are really a focus on the Fantastic Beasts. And that's where this movie shines, and that's where all of these three movies shine. When you're focusing on the Fantastic Beasts, all the wonderful creature designs, how they move, just how they look, their interaction with Newt Scamander and the other characters in the movie, to me, that's the most fun and most interesting and unique part to these movies, the Fantastic Beasts. But oh no, we get introduced to a second story here, and we get this Credence character played by Ezra Miller. To me, I'm really not interested in that character or that storyline at all. To me, it's a way less interesting story than what we were getting with the Fantastic Beasts story. So to me, whenever Ezra Miller's characters on screen, Credence, I'm just not really enjoying the movie at that point. And then we get Grindelwald introduced, and to me, I'm not really a big fan of Grindelwald either. To me, he's not really anything special of a villain. I mean, we already had a really evil villain in Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies. So this just feels like it's kind of rinse and repeat that we're seeing another evil wizard again. And I just am not feeling that story there. It's just not connecting with me. And where we had the uniqueness of the Fantastic Beasts story, we're losing that uniqueness going into this story. It feels like we've seen before, and we've seen it done better in the Harry Potter movies. So to me, to fix the story in all the Fantastic Beasts movies, let's go with what actually was really working and what was making the movies unique. Going back to the Fantastic Beasts, going back to the adventures of Newt Scamander and his buddy cop, Kowalski, going together to capture Fantastic Beasts. And they could do a different storyline for each of the movies about a different adventure they have to go on to now that they're experts in capturing these Fantastic Beasts. And I thought that would have been a fun set of movies, great for the whole family, very entertaining, and you still get those awesome magical elements that we got from the Harry Potter movies, but we're not doing the same thing over and over again. It's something different. And I think that's where the story should have been focused on. Just the Fantastic Beasts, because that's the title, and the adventures of Newt Scamander and Kowalski. I think we should have done all the movies focusing on them, not going into this Credence storyline or Grindelwald storyline. To me, we're just mixing too many stories together, and it's bringing down the quality of the movies overall. Our second topic, I'm going to cast my Reparo spell on the casting decisions for these Fantastic Beasts movies. Now first, once again, just to mention the Credence character, like I said, I'm not in favor of this Credence storyline But also, when you just look at the casting for it, Ezra Miller's performance as Credence, to me, just didn't work in the set of movies at all. To me, it was a very bland performance. It was like dark for the sake of being dark, but not in an interesting way. And it just felt very boring. It just wasn't capturing any magic like the Wizarding World movie should be capturing. So I don't think the Ezra Miller choice was a good casting choice for this set of movies. Not saying that Ezra Miller can't be a good actor. He's performed well in other movies. I just don't think it was the right casting choice for this character specifically in these Fantastic Beasts movies. And then we get into all the issues with the Grindelwald castings. And we've had 3 different Grindelwald actors now in these 3 movies. I mean, it's become very jarring because there's just so many different actors playing the same character. And now, I'm not saying that you can't ever recast someone. Yes, at times you need to. But within just 3 movies to have 3 different actors be the same character, to me, that's just, I don't like that at all. So first you have Colin Farrell, who's being the Grindelwald character, and I actually like that actor. I think he's a really good actor, and so I would have liked him to continue on as Grindelwald. But then we get that surprise, right? Surprise, to me wasn't a big surprise at the end, but that Johnny Depp was the Grindelwald character. And I was so shocked that they thought that was actually going to be a big surprise. Like, we were all going to care, like, ooh, Johnny Depp. Hey, did you hear they casted Johnny Depp to be Grindelwald in a Fantastic Beasts movie? Like, did anybody say that? Was this like a true surprise or a twist to the movie? To me, it was a big letdown in the movie. And like, does anybody really care about like that casting choice? Yeah, Johnny Depp has done good performances before. I liked him as Jack Sparrow in the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and he's done other good movies as well, but it wasn't like, oh, I was itching to really see another Johnny Depp performance, and especially in the Wizarding World. I don't think anybody was saying this. Maybe there's a few people, but I just didn't hear anybody be really shocked by this surprise ending. And so to me, that Johnny Depp casting just did not work at all, especially when we see the performance in the Crimes of Grindelwald movie. Even though he's a creepy looking character, it doesn't work for the storyline they're telling, because we need to believe that Grindelwald was in a relationship with Dumbledore. And I just would not buy that this creepy character would be in a relationship with Dumbledore. I just don't buy that at all. So to me, for the story they were telling and the path they were going on, that casting doesn't work at all in that movie either. So to me, it was just a lackluster performance there in that second movie as well. And so I wasn't blown away by Johnny Depp's performance either. But then of course there's some issues and we have to do a recasting. So we get a different Grindelwald for the third movie, Secrets of Dumbledore, and we get Mads Mikkelsen. Now out of Mads Mikkelsen or Johnny Depp, I'm actually happy with the Mads Mikkelsen choice. I think it was a little bit better of a choice because I would buy more Mads Mikkelsen's performance of the character with being with Dumbledore in a relationship before. I bought that a little bit more in the movie, so that's why I thought that choice was an upgrade. But still, it wasn't like the most amazing choice in the world. But maybe it's just how the character is written. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's not the acting or the performances. Maybe it's just the character. And Grindelwald is just not that interesting. Grindelwald just is no Lord Voldemort, right? It's so to me, once again, going back to the story, that's why I wouldn't have this storyline. But with this storyline, if they're gonna go with it, I think we need a better casting choice here. Now, I don't know who I would personally cast as Grindelwald, but you gotta have somebody that's more menacing, but also you would believe would be in a relationship with Dumbledore. So I think Mads Mikkelsen had that part to where you would believe the relationship part, but I don't know if he's very menacing and a big villain presence. I don't know, maybe we could find somebody else to be even another slight improvement, but let me know in the comments below if you had any other casting ideas for the Grindelwald character. But yeah, I think the casting is definitely something that needed to have been fixed. Now to get into our third topic, and we got to cast our Reparo spell on the tone and coloring of these Fantastic Beasts movies. So if you go back to the first couple Harry Potter movies, you'll notice a lot more brighter colors, there's a sense of wonder, and you really do feel the magical vibe once you enter the Wizarding World, and to me that just gets you more immersed into the magic of the entire series. But unfortunately with these Fantastic Beasts movies, the tone is just very dark and the color scheme is very gray. Like, it feels like the creators of these Fantastic Beasts movies, their favorite color is gray coloring. Because just everything's just so boring and bleak and just, there's no colors that pop. There's nothing that makes it feel like, oh, we have entered a magic world now. No, it's just all very blah, very boring. And it's just the tone is so off with these movies as well. Like I said, and that goes also back with the story, where, yeah, the Fantastic Beasts stories feel a lot more poppy and colorful, but then when you get into this Credence storyline and Grindelwald storyline, it's just very blah, very bleak, and it's just like, okay, I'm unexcited to be in this Wizarding World now. It's just too boring and just not exciting at all. It's dark for the sake of being dark. And to me, that's not what the Wizarding World should be, right? Wizarding World should be very colorful and just give you that magical sense. And unfortunately, the Fantastic Beasts movies don't do that. And so once again, the tone is all over the place for when it switches from talking about Fantastic Beasts to when it goes to the Grindelwald storyline. And then also in the third movie, it feels like certain tones got mixed together in a very weird way, to where the movies used to be, well, the first Fantastic Beasts, the first story of the Newt Scamander character, that was a very family friendly storyline where he's just going around capturing these fantastic beasts. And so you felt the tone there was just a little bit more joyful, more something the whole family could appreciate. But then once you get to the Secrets of Dumbledore, feels like these tones are more mixed. So even when you have Fantastic Beasts on screen now, it's gotten a lot darker with the Fantastic Beasts. Like, it's like the Bambi of the Wizarding World movies now. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And it's just like, really, do we want to see things happening to these creatures in this way, or creatures doing things in this way? And just the tone is very off for me, and it's not the way to go with these movies. Let's make these movies, still capture the magic of the Harry Potter movies, and let's make them more joyful. Let's make them more family friendly. Let's keep that consistent tone so more people can watch it. It's a little bit more digestible. It's more of an easy watch, because when you get very dark gray tones in a movie like this, it just kind of sucks all the fun out of the franchise. And so that definitely should have been fixed, getting a solid focus on a tone and color scheme for all three movies. So now to get into my prediction of where I think this Wizarding World franchise goes. Well, let's look at the numbers real quick. So we see that this movie is not doing great at the box office. It's not doing terrible, but it's about 40% behind the original Fantastic Beasts movie. So we do see some decline there. And so, unfortunately, we know what's happening right now isn't working. That's why I gave my ideas on how to fix it. Especially you look at this Rotten Tomato score here, you got a critic rating of 49%, which is not good. We got to improve that. We got to get a fresh score. So I would take my ideas of fixing a more focused story, more focus on certain characters, more focus on a certain tone and color scheme, and I would put that together for the next installments of the Fantastic Beasts movies. Because I know they want to make 2 more movies. They want to get 5 out of this series here. So I think if we do that, we got to focus it up more. And yeah, I would personally go with the way of making it more family friendly, focusing more on the Fantastic Beasts, because I think that's going to get more families out to the movie theater to see the movies in the future. Because if you go too dark in tone with them, you go too boring with it, I feel like you're going to be eliminating a lot of your potential viewership. And so I really wouldn't go that way with it. I think we got to change something there. But yeah, if you want to do 2 Fantastic Beasts movies more, then fine, go with it. I think it might do okay globally. Hopefully they make a little bit of profit, but I don't think they're going to be as great, of course, as the Harry Potter movies. But what I think we do next, and this is important, I think we go back to the Harry Potter actors, the original characters, have them as adults and parents in a new movie, but now we see their kids go to Hogwarts, and we go back to the school of witchcraft and wizardry, and we have that fun Hogwarts experience again. We completely focus it up on just going to classes at the school and having fun learning magic spells, playing the Quidditch sport. I mean, doing all those fun things that Hogwarts has to offer. I think that can help us recapture some of the Wizarding World magic, and then we would get back the old fans because we'd have the original characters there to kind of set up that future set of movies, and then we get back to some of that magic. I think that's the way to go with it. But let me know in the comments below, what would you do with this Wizarding World franchise? How would you change it up? How would you go about it moving forward? Or would you just stop making the movies in general? Also, if you're just discovering the channel for the first time, make sure you subscribe right now. I'm going to get you tons of these future movie topic videos, movie reviews, rankings, movie news weekly, movie hauls, unboxings, you name it. We'll cover all things movies on this channel, so make sure you turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video.
If you forget to come back for Madame Zeroni, you and your family will be cursed for always and eternity.
Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man, reminding you to make every day a movie day.